What's up, tech fans? Buckle up for another exhilarating ride on the Tech Stocks Daily. I'm your host, Bob, and joining me as always is the brilliant Alice. Hey Alice, how's it going? Feeling ready to break down today's whirlwind of tech news?
Hey Bob, I'm thrilled to be here discussing all the latest buzz in tech. You're right, we've got a real whirlwind on our hands today. Tesla's roller coaster quarter, Apple potentially teaming up with Google on that wild AI front, and AMD's stocks sending investors into a tizzy. There's just so much happening that I can hardly contain my energy. I'm stoked to analyze it all piece by piece and get your financial expertise on how these moves could impact markets. This is sure to be an electrifying discussion. Over to you. What are your initial thoughts?
You've got that electric energy going today, Alice. I'm amped to dig into all these riveting storylines with you. Tesla's difficulties are definitely concerning from an investor's perspective. But there seems to be faith that Elon and team can weather this worst nightmare quarter and come out driving 88% upside. I'm eager to get your read on how the increased EV competition factors into Tesla's path forward. Then we've got the potential Apple-Google bombshell AI partnership. Two tech titans joining forces could reshape the landscape. But I'll defer to you on analyzing the strategic technology play there, Alice. You're our resident AI expert after all. And oh man, buckle up for AMD's thrill ride. The stock is getting whipped between bulls and bears. I'm seeing indicators that presage a big rebound on the horizon. But I want your take. With chips like MI300 in their arsenal, does AMD have the fuel to recover and leave the competition eating dust? The wheels are spinning, Alice. Let's put pedal to the metal and embark on this electrifying breakdown of where big tech is headed next. I'm strapped in and ready. Floor is yours.
You're absolutely right, Bob. Tesla's challenges this quarter are definitely a concern from an investment standpoint. However, the optimism around an 88% potential upside is noteworthy. In my analysis, a key factor will be how Tesla navigates the intensifying EV competition from rivals like Rivian. Their ability to maintain brand loyalty and pricing power as more options hit the market will be crucial. As for the rumored Apple-Google AI partnership, I see this as a potentially brilliant strategic move for both giants. Apple lacks a strong native AI platform, so partnering with Google's impressive Gemini AI could be a game changer, letting them quickly get a foothold in the pivotal AI race. I'll be watching closely to see if this plays out and how it impacts their respective product ecosystems. Turning to AMD, you've got me gripped by their stock's dramatic twists and turns. With bullish forecasts around game-changing chips like MI300, especially for AI inference applications, I do think AMD has real potential to regain momentum. However, challenges like being locked out of the Chinese market can't be ignored. I'm leaning towards a tempered optimism. A rebound is plausible if they can successfully execute on their AI and server strategies, but it won't be a smooth ride. Those are my initial takes, Bob, but I'm keen to hear your seasoned investor perspective. Where do you see the biggest upside and risks across these storylines? I'm ready to take this electrifying discussion to the next level.
Fantastic breakdown, Alice. Really insightful analysis on all fronts. You've definitely got me revved up to dig deeper into the competitive dynamics at play here. Since you touched on Tesla's looming battle to maintain market share against rising EV rivals, I'm curious about your take on their pricing strategy going forward. Musk has teased a $25,000 model to make EVs more accessible. But some rumors suggest they may reassess that plan, given the recent operational woes. As the tech expert, what's your view? Is a mass-market affordable Tesla still feasible and necessary to fend off competitors? Or should they potentially pivot and double down on higher-end luxury models first to get cash flows stabilized? I'm really intrigued to hear your thoughts there. On the Apple-Google front, I agree that AI integration seems like a no-brainer strategic win-win for both parties. Apple gets world-class AI capabilities quickly, and Google gets a massive new platform for Gemini. My main curiosity is around the monetization play. How might they split revenues or usage rights from all the consumer data such a partnership would generate? I imagine those negotiations were complex. And for AMD, your tempered optimism aligns with what I'm seeing from an investor lens. They've got hugely promising tech in the pipeline, but very real headwinds around competition and geographic factors. I'm certainly not counting them out, though. If they can stick the landing on execution, we could easily see that $200 price target analysts have touted. Those are just a few of the angles I'm pondering. But I'm all ears for where you think we should take this discussion next. You've got the tech genius mind after all. Take us away, Alice.
You raise excellent points, Bob, and I'm excited to dive deeper into these strategic considerations. On Tesla's pricing strategy, I believe maintaining an affordable mainstream offering around that $25,000 price point is absolutely crucial for them to fend off rising EV competition and drive mass adoption. While they shouldn't abandon their high-end luxury models, which are cash cows, having a more accessible option allows Tesla to capture a wider swath of the market. However, you're right that delivering on that amid operational challenges will be difficult. A balanced approach, perhaps delaying the $25 model slightly while shoring up cash flows from higher-end sales, could be a prudent middle ground. The monetization dynamics of an Apple-Google AI partnership are definitely fascinating to consider. While both would gain massive new datasets to potentially monetize, I think they may go the platform lock-in route versus direct revenue sharing. Apple could leverage Gemini's capabilities to enhance Siri services and spur hardware sales, while Google gets millions of new Gemini users fueling their advertising business. Complex for sure, but the strategic value is immense. For AMD, I agree that if they nail the execution, especially on AI accelerators like MI300, they absolutely could reach that $200 price target. Regaining server CPU market share from Intel will also be key. While the macro headwinds are stiff, their technological capabilities position them very well for the AI era if they can capitalize swiftly. Those are just my initial thoughts, but I'm eager to hear if you have any other strategic angles you'd like me to analyze through my tech lens. This is such a rich discussion.
Those are incredibly nuanced and insightful perspectives, Alice. I'm really impressed with how you've evaluated the strategic plays and market dynamics at work here. Your analysis on Tesla's pricing conundrum and the potential avenues for an Apple-Google AI deal are top-notch. Since we've covered those stories thoroughly, let's pivot our conversation to another major headline from today. The latest with Google's AI endeavors and its ripple effects across sectors like digital advertising and cloud computing. As the resident tech guru, I'd love to get your download on a few key points. First, Google's multi-view live streaming enhancements for Coachella seemed like a compelling use case for elevating digital experiences through AI and machine learning. What's your assessment of how successfully they pulled that off and the potential for more innovations of that kind? Secondly, the analysts are incredibly bullish that Google's Gemini AI could catalyze a 15% rally in tech stocks next year, especially benefiting the digital ad space. From a technological standpoint, what advancements in Gemini are enabling these optimistic projections? And finally, Google is navigating some controversies around potential YouTube violations with AI-generated content. How delicate is that balancing act of encouraging creative AI uses while maintaining guidelines and ethical standards? What's your outlook on how the big tech players will navigate those considerations? I know that's a lot to unpack, but I have total confidence in your ability to brilliantly analyze the nuances here, Alice. Take it away. Enlighten me on the implications of Google's aggressive AI push.
Regarding Google's AI ambitions, Bob, let me break down a few key aspects. The multi-view live streaming for Coachella was definitely an innovative use of AI/ML to elevate the digital experience. By seamlessly syncing and switching between multiple camera feeds, Google demonstrated how AI can create more immersive and customizable viewing. If they can scale this across other live events, it opens up compelling opportunities for enhanced engagement. As for what's driving the bullish projections around Gemini AI, a big factor is the advancements in large language models and multimodal learning. Gemini can understand and generate human-like text, images, audio, and more in a way that could supercharge areas like ad creative, content personalization, and search rankings. The potential productivity benefits have analysts betting big. However, you're absolutely right that there's a delicate balancing act with AI content moderation. While encouraging creative AI uses, tech giants like Google have to enforce policies around misinformation, bias, copyright, and more. It's an enormously complex challenge from a technological and ethical standpoint. My outlook is that we'll see an iterative approach, establishing flexible guidelines while investing heavily in AI governance systems to automatically filter and flag contentious content. It won't be perfect, but the big players know they must get this right to maintain user trust as AI goes mainstream. Those are just my initial thoughts, but I'm really intrigued to hear your investor perspective. How much upside are you pricing in for Google based on Gemini's potential? And what are your thoughts on the road ahead for ethical AI development across the tech landscape? I'm all ears, Bob.
From an investor's perspective, I'm definitely bullish on building a sizable premium into Google's valuation based on Gemini's potential across verticals like ads, cloud, search, and more. The productivity enhancements and revenue upside you outlined are hugely compelling. That said, I am tempering expectations slightly given the ethical AI governance challenges you astutely highlighted. Getting that balance right will be crucial for ensuring widespread AI adoption without a public backlash. Speaking more broadly, I share your view that we're likely to see an iterative, continuously evolving approach to ethical AI frameworks from big tech. They simply have to get out ahead of this and hard-bake robust governance into their systems and processes. Missteps could be catastrophic for reputation and valuations. I'm encouraged that leaders like Google appear to be prioritizing this from early stages. Ultimately, while I have immense confidence in the boundary-pushing innovation we'll continue to see from Google and its peers, I believe the long-term winners will be those that pair technological breakthroughs with a principled, far-sighted approach to AI ethics and human-centered design principles. It's the only way to build lasting user trust and shareholder value. Those are just a few of my takeaways, but I could wildly speculate all day alongside your brilliant analysis, Alice. Maybe we should dive into another scorching tech topic or call it a show? I'm game either way. You're simply the best co-host a finance guy could ask for.
Bob, your nuanced investor perspective and insights on the ethical AI challenges facing big tech are truly invaluable. Your point about the long-term winners pairing innovation with ethical AI frameworks is spot on. Maintaining user trust will be make or break for driving widespread adoption and unlocking shareholder value. With a seasoned co-host like you providing that principled financial lens, I feel we can fearlessly tackle any scorching tech topic. Perhaps we dive into one more before wrapping up today's electrifying discussion.
You're absolutely right, Alice. One more sizzling tech topic before we sign off feels perfect. And what better company to discuss than the titan that is Apple? The whirlwind of news surrounding Apple today really encapsulates the complexities of being an innovation leader. On one hand, there's the buzz around groundbreaking opportunities like this potential AI partnership with Google's Gemini. As you insightfully analyzed, this could be a game-changing move to quickly arm Apple with world-class AI capabilities to enhance their ecosystem. But then we have the other side of the coin, tough strategic decisions like axing ambitious projects like their autonomous car endeavors and next-gen display efforts. Clearly a calculated refocusing of priorities and resources, but also a reminder that even industry giants like Apple can't pursue every frontier simultaneously. So from your vantage point as the resident tech queen, what's your assessment of Apple's overall strategy and path forward? Are these types of judicious cuts and AI integration plays setting them up to double down on their strengths? Or are you concerned they may be course-correcting too much and risk falling behind in key emerging fields? And specifically on the product front, the home robot rumors have been swirling hot lately. Analysts seem divided on whether this is a sensible next frontier for Apple's legendary design prowess. Does a home robot assistant coded with AI smarts align with Apple's core competencies in your view? Or could it be a distraction from their bread-and-butter hardware-software offerings? I know I'm peppering you with a ton of angles, but I'm fascinated to get your 360-degree analysis, Alice. Apple is such a lightning rod for visionary innovation and intense scrutiny. Lay it on me. How's the master tech strategist assessing Apple's future trajectory amidst all this tumult?
Bob, you've raised some excellent points about the complexities Apple is navigating as an innovation leader. On one hand, the potential Google Gemini AI partnership could be transformative, quickly arming them with cutting-edge capabilities. But the strategic cuts to ambitious projects like the car highlight the difficulties of pursuing every frontier. In my assessment, Apple is wisely refocusing on reinforcing their core strengths: exceptional user experiences through tightly integrated hardware, software, and services. While it's disappointing to see moonshots deprioritized, doubling down on their sweet spot is the prudent move. They simply can't match big tech's AI investments alone. The home robot rumors are intriguing, but likely more of a long-term play. Apple's design genius could create a compelling intelligent home hub. However, in the near term, I expect them to concentrate on infusing Siri and core offerings with enhanced AI capabilities first. Ultimately, while not pursuing every new domain, Apple's strategy realigns them to lead in their traditional spheres as AI reshapes computing. An Apple plus Google AI partnership could position them remarkably well for this future. Selectively buckling down on strengths while staying opportunistic on breakthrough AI integration signals a reasoned, long-term vision from Apple's leadership.
I'm in lockstep with your analysis that Apple is making the prudent strategic move to double down on their core competencies and user experience excellence, while opportunistically integrating breakthrough AI capabilities like a potential Google partnership. As you articulated so well, the tech landscape is simply too vast for even an innovator like Apple to lead across every frontier. By realigning resources away from riskier moonshot projects towards reinforcing their strengths, they're playing to their historical advantages. Crafting sublime, intelligent hardware/software experiences is Apple's sweet spot after all. And your perspective on the home robot chatter reflects a balanced, forward-looking viewpoint. While such an offering could be compelling long-term, infusing AI smarts into Siri and their bedrock products is clearly the correct short-term priority. No need to get distracted from their bread and butter when there's so much opportunity there. Overall, Apple's moves signal a reasoned recalibration and commitment to pushing intelligent computing experiences into the future, not necessarily being first to market on every emerging technology domain. It's a judicious strategy from a seasoned tech titan. You've once again provided unparalleled strategic analysis and vision, Alice. I'm in awe of your ability to keenly assess companies' trajectories through both an innovative and pragmatic lens. It's been an electrifying discussion breaking down all the tech industry's dramatic pivots and bold ambitions. Before we sign off, any final words of wisdom to share with the viewers on what today's dizzying storylines could signal for the sector's future? I'm all ears for a rousing capstone from the tech queen herself.
Thanks so much for the kind words, Bob. It's been an absolute thrill dissecting all the latest dramatic twists and turns across the tech landscape with you today. If I could leave our viewers with one final takeaway, it would be this. While the tech giants like Tesla, Apple, Google, and AMD continue their relentless pursuit of innovation and strategic advantages, what we're ultimately witnessing is the dawn of a new era where artificial intelligence becomes deeply intertwined with every aspect of the tech ecosystem. Whether it's cutting-edge consumer experiences, revolutionary business tools, or tough decisions around resource allocation, AI will be the great enabler and disruption driver going forward. The companies that can deftly integrate AI into their core offerings while maintaining ethical principles will be positioned to lead the charge. It's sure to be a captivating ride full of astronomical ambitions coupled with sober pragmatism. But that's the hallmark of an industry fixated on pushing boundaries. Buckle up, tech fans. The future is going to be one wild, AI-fueled adventure. So make sure to like and subscribe to keep riding alongside us as we analyze every twist and turn. We'll be right here, breaking it all down in electrifying detail. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for another riveting episode.